Good evening, old friend. Welcome to championship basketball. The graphic gives you the lineup. Hull Western Christian, the Indians, boasting a record of 18-5, somewhat less than gaudy, but nevertheless an outstanding basketball team, meeting the Indians of Camanche, 21-3, rated number 8 for this past season. Camanche advanced here with a lot of huffing and puffing. They got by Cedar Rapids LaSalle 74-68. It looked like that might be a cakewalk. LaSalle charged back. However, Camanche hung on. And then it was Winterset which came into play and had a marvelous lead, and it looked like they would eliminate Camanche. All of a sudden, Camanche huffed and puffed its way back into that one, and as a result is in this championship final. Hull Western Christian, on the other hand, has had a breeze. They took on Webster City, piled up 100 points in eliminating them, 100-61, and then took on Denison and handled them handily, 66-44. So far for Hull Western Christian, 18-5 or no 18-5, this has been easy pickings. It will not be that easy in this final game of the season here tonight. And with us, Frosty Mitchell. And Mitch, I think we're going to see a little bit of a contrast. Camanche likes to go with the ball. Not that Hull Western Christian won't run it if they get the chance, but they're obviously a much more patient and disciplined ball club. So that study in contrasts might give us more than we've anticipated here tonight.
Could be one of the best ball games of the whole tournament right here, this 2A dandy. But Mark, Hull Western Christian came in as the best kept secret in Iowa high school basketball. No longer. Camanche, I think everybody took for real when they realized they beat Cedar Rapids LaSalle, because it was Cedar Rapids LaSalle that ended the dynasty of Cedar Rapids Regis in Cedar Rapids in the district after 3 straight years of champions for Dick Breitbart.
And these people can shoot. Camanche has been averaging 56% down here in the opening 2 games. Hull Western Christian 53%. Those are from the field. Okay, we're going to go courtside now and the introduction of these 2 competitors this evening.
Good evening. This is it, the Class 2A championship battle. On the scoreboard listed as the visiting team, the Indians of Hull Western Christian. Listed as the home team, the Indians from Camanche. First, the non-starters for Western Christian. Number 45 is Dave Tebben. Number 43, Kevin Winya. Number 35, Scott Van Clay. Number 33, Dave Dreesen. Number 13, Marv Gritters. Number 11, Dan Zutenhorst. Number 23, Brian Vandegreen. Number 15, Randy Horseman. Number 53, Brent Haverkamp. And number 55, Steve Haben. The assistant coach for the Western Christian Indians is Kevin Vandestreet. For the Indians from Camanche, number 20 is Matt Judd. Number 12, Tom Henriksen. Number 52, Trevor Willis. Number 30, Dan Vogel. Number 22, Kip Peters. Number 14, Mitch Garcia. Number 10, John Boyum. Number 44, Chris Wayne. Number 40, Jeff Prager. And number 24, Mike Thompson. The assistant coach for the Indians from Camanche, Steve Eberly. And now for your starting lineups. At a forward for Hull Western Christian is number 41, Tim Kleinwaltering. For Camanche, number 50 is Jeff Everhart. Number 31 is Jerry Bohr. Number 42, Eric Briesmeister. Number 51, Larry Faber at center for Western Christian. At center for Camanche, number 54, Ed McMahon. At the guards, number 21, Dave DeRuyter. Number 34, Mike Garcia. Number 25, Derek Altena. And number 32, Ty Dennis. The head coach for the Indians from Hall Western Christian is Jim Ekoff, and from Camanche, John Harrelson. Our officials for the ball game: the referee is Carol Oberman from Yarmouth, the umpire Don Proctor from Burlington, the bench official Bob Oldus of Iowa City. Presenting our colors tonight, the Marine Corps Junior ROTC unit from North Tech High School in Des Moines. Cross court, Becky Morgan Arnold of Des Moines with the sign language as the Voices of Valley from Valley High School, West Des Moines, under the direction of Chuck Clark, sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
What are you doing? We're gonna have to march on the. Oh, they march. They don't march there.
30 games have been played on that floor so far in this 1985 tournament. The final two coming up. Two champions have been crowned. Lone Tree in overtime defeated Dayton to take the Class A champion. Nashua defeated Grundy Center to win the 1A title. We had 4 consolation champions crowned this afternoon. Fort Dodge in 3A, Winterset in 2A, Sioux Center in 1A, and Hedrick in A. So that leaves the 2A and the 3A championships to be resolved, and that'll take place here very, very shortly. We have in Hull Western Christian a ball club averaging 67 points a game coming in. They have more than averaged that here, thanks to that big 100 shootout they had against Webster City. So they're averaging over 80 points a ball game in the tournament. Camanche, on the other hand, averaging 64 points a ball game. Has managed to easily average that. They have scored 74 in each of their 2 ball games. So these 2 teams can score.
A battle of geography. You can't get much further west and north in Iowa than Sioux County and Hull. You can't get any further east in Iowa than Camanche.
Ed McMahon takes the tip, goes into the hands of Garcia into the front court. Gives it to Ty Dennis. Dennis from 3 points out. Draws air. And Altena, who runs the Hull Western Christian Ball Club, takes that rebound and moves it down to DeRuyter. Altena tries his luck from 3-point range. Klein Walterink on the follow-up. It doesn't go. McMahon clears himself, and he is fouled by DeRuyter.
And I think we know the game plan of both outfits. Put it in the air, outscore the other guy.
And boy, they don't care where they put it.
You take a look at that one coming off, you'll see the contact up above the rim. And the elbow going back.
Long-range bombing early. Hull Western Christian's a taller ball club, but just barely. They're really pretty even. You're looking at a 2-1-2 defense that the Indians of Camanche are working against. The Indians of Hull Western Christian take the errant pass. Cly Waltering picked it off, gives it to Altena. Altena has played so very well in the tournament. He's a nifty. Drops it beautifully for Cly Waltering, and that tells you what I mean.
Yep.
Altena with a superb assist on the bounce pass, and it's 2-0 Hull Western Christian. Off and running to a title.
Well, Mark, when you look down there and you see Indians from Hull and you see Indians from Camanche, I think I know how General Custer felt. Everywhere Indians.
Dropped inside by Everhard. It went astray. Picked up on the turnover by Hull Western Christian.
They haven't put the afterburner in yet. When they really roll down the floor sometime, you'll know it.
Spohr handling it on the far side into Faber. Back to DeRuyter and out of his hands and out of bounds. Hit a photographer right along the sidelines, as you could see. It's kind of dangerous.
That's referee down there, Donald Proctor of Burlington, working his 7th state tournament tonight.
And the officiating, generally speaking, in the previous 30 games, pretty nifty.
You bet.
These guys have been doing a good job. What do we have? A grabbing foul? We do on Ty Dennis.
Mark, there's probably more competition to get here as an official than there is as a basketball team.
Ty Dennis's free throw shooting saved the Cedar Rapids LaSalle game at the end. Boy, that was a burner. 74-68. LaSalle came within a whisker of winning it, coming from far behind to do it. The bomb, no good by Altena. Klein Walterink on the rebound. And slapped out of bounds. It was touched last by Garcia. They'll give the ball to DeRuyter near or southern sidelines here at Betts Auditorium in the West Court.
Camanche has seen both sides of that coin. They almost got caught from a big lead by LaSalle, and they came from 25 points down to beat Winterset.
Kicked around, Faber comes up with it, goes to Bohr. Bohr with the right hand from 12 feet away. On the follow-up, Klein Waltering.
And Western Christian jumps out 4-zip.
5:56 remaining to be played. Under 6. 3-point attempt. Draws iron, but that's all. Altena on the missed shot attempt by Garcia moves into the front court.
Camanche tried 119 of those 3-pointers during the regular season.
Klein Walterink, his 3rd basket. He is having an excellent tourney. 15 against Webster City, 19 against Denison, 19 combined rebounds in those 2 ball games.
Coming into this one, Hull has won 6 in a row, and Camanche 9 straight.
He traveled.
You bet.
Altena tipped the ball, and you could see Briesmeister trying to get his hands back on it, but the orange has a slippery peel, and he walked in the process. We're going to have a change. And coming into the lineup for Hull Western Christian is Randy Horseman, number 15, a 6-foot junior. He can park it from outside.
Camanche is going to go full court on the pressure.
Let's see what difference that can make, if any. The ball brought into Altena. Altena handles it. We've been very impressed by this young man. 20-foot shot. on the rim, but not in. The rebound followed up by Horseman. And the rebound underneath by Everhart, fouled from behind.
Hull appearing in their third state tournament in the last 5 years. You can see the action in there in the Mixmaster. Reaching over.
Jerry Bohr, guilty of that infraction, his first personal foul.
In 1981, when they were here, they had Brad Bohr on the all-tournament team, but there's no brotherhood there.
You're looking at Camanche. The shot attempt is not good. Rolled off, as you saw, by Kip Peters, a 6'1" sophomore who's just into the lineup for Camanche. Altena drops it for Horseman. This kid, as I said, can shoot.
That's that touchdown signal by the referee. That means 3.
He had hit 2 3-pointers in the second game. There's a timeout on the floor with the score. Hull Western Christian 9, Camanche nothing. Now this word from your local station. Hull Western Christian trying to bust it wide open here in the early going, has picked up a quick 6 from Klein Waltering and 1 big 3 from Randy Horseman coming off the bench. And as a result, you can see that Hull Western Christian has a nice running start. But there's a long way to go here this evening. Sit back and relax if you can as these two go at it, and then 2 more follow. In 3A, nice move by McMahon.
You know, Mark, both of these teams, though they're 2A, have played 3A. Camanche has played Maquoketa, and they played Clinton, and those were 3A teams. And Hope has played the Sioux City teams in Spencer.
You saw Bohr drop it for Klein Waltering. He misses the easy one. The rebound taken by McMahon. He brings it down to Garcia, picked up by Altena. Runs into traffic underneath in the person of Faber and brings it out against that zone. McMahon again over Faber. Doesn't go this time. Touch last by apparently Camanche. Will give the ball to Hull Western Christian.
My point being, Cedar Rapids Regis does that well. They play 3A competition during the year, then drop down to 2A for the tournament via their enrollment. Both of these schools have a little bit of that experience.
Pays off in the long run. You can do that, of course, as an independent.
Hull is.
Klein Waltering missing. The rebound, McMahon. McMahon doing a good job on the defensive boards now. Quickly down comes Ty Dennis. Goes from 11 feet. The rebound taken off by Faber.
Hull doesn't play football, but their baseball team is in a conference. The basketball team is not.
3.5 minutes left to go in the opening frame as Altena drops it for Horseman. On the far side to Bohr with the right hand. Gets the feel of steel, but that's all, and it goes out of bounds. Touch last by Klein Waltering. Camanche has the basketball. Coached by Johnny Harrelson. His first trip down here, his team's second. They were here in 71. But, of course, Harrelson was here as a player, Mitch.
Hey, 1968 with Thompson. They finished 4th. He scored 46 points in the consolation game and still in the record book.
The shot attempt by Everhart and the rebound by Hull Western Christian in the person of Klein Waltering. Quickly, Altena brings it up. Picked up by Ty Dennis. Feeds it into Klein Waltering beautifully. That for Klein Waltering is his 4th field goal. He's averaging 11. He has 8 here tonight. He's averaging about 17 in the tournament. So he's having a good tournament. And, of course, that's the reason they're here in the final. Inside to McMahon. Wheeling and dealing with that right hand. The rebound goes to Faber on the miss. Over to Altena. Here come the Indians of Hull Western Christian.
We've seen Hull 3 times. We saw him win 1 from the outside, 1 with a running game. They're going inside.
Derek Altena averaging 12 points a ball game coming in. He's averaging that in the tournament. And he zips his first one home here this evening. 13-2 by 11. And we have a response.
He was inside the 21-foot line, so that's a 2.
Mike Garcia's first scoring. He's averaging 10. Averaging about 15 in the tournament. Horseman, the long one, and the foul called underneath. And you could see that Jerry Bohr was disappointed with himself for committing it, his second personal foul.
He knew that it happened. When he heard the whistle, he knew who it was on. So you've got 3 team fouls on Western Christian, 1 on Camanche. You can see it again here. Bohr's the boy that'll be the foul, has the elbow bandage on.
And Hull Western Christian rests Faber. Here's Brad Haverkamp, a 6'6" senior checking in. He has scored a total of 4 points in the previous 2 games. Garcia gives it over on the near side to Peters. They go to McMahon, the pass underneath to Everhard. And Altena winds up with the basketball.
Hull Western Christian is a private school. In contrast to later tonight, you'll see Kemper as a parochial school.
That was intended as a pass from Bohr to Klein Waltering. It went astray. Ty Dennis moves it up, gives it to McMahon, lost it out, but it was touched last by Hull Western Christian. 1:35 left to play in the opening frame.
Only once has a Christian school ever won this tournament. 1974 was Class 1A, and it was Orange City, Unity Christian.
3-point attempt by Garcia, gets the rebound, moves into the lane. He traveled after bumping into McMahon. Tough break, the ball goes over to Hull Western Christian. Here in 81, here in 82, and now back in 85. Yet to win a championship, hoping to change that tonight. Hull plays a lot of defense, has in this tournament. Nice pass underneath. And they're going to call it after the basket was hit by Haverkamp. It will count.
The basket will count, blocking.
And McMahon will get his first personal foul. Haverkamp has his first basket.
Okay, take another look at this. See if he's stationed. He's not. You see that the man goes up, and that's why the foul. And I think the foul maybe was called after the shot.
Well, if that's the case, he'd get a 1-and-1, wouldn't
Nope, he's only getting one.
He's only getting one. So it's on the shot. He has a chance at a 3-point effort. Doesn't happen. 36% are from the free throw line. Put up, short by Bohr. They battle underneath, and they'll call it on Haverkamp.
Only the second foul on, well, it'll be the 15th foul on Western Christian. So now you're going to have Camanche going to the free throw line. That foul was called. You got 2 on Camanche, 4 on Western Christian.
Haverkamp has his first personal foul.
You shoot on 5 in high school.
Right. 1 for Haverkamp, 2 for Bohr, 1 on DeRuyter right now. Hull leading 15-4 by 11. That's their biggest spread of the ball game. We're in the opening quarter with 1:10 left to play. You're looking at Ed McMahon. Partially blocked. Haverkamp gets his second foul in a hurry. And 15 fouled. So we'll be on the line. Would be anyway.
Yep, would be anyway, but this time probably shooting 2. You take a look at Ed McMahon's a big man that is going in there trying to find some room. He's up in the air for the shot.
He had a spectacular game against Winterset. He scored 32 with 12 rebounds. There's a look at number 55 who was just checked in, and that is Steve Haben, Habben, 6'3" senior. I think he's a co-captain tonight with Jerry Bohr.
McMahon is an excellent student, 3.3. He's so big he's being recruited by UNI, but probably not for basketball, but for football. He was all-state at the tackle position.
3-year starter for Camanche, the Indians. 62% from the line, looking for his 3rd point here.
6'5" and 200 pounds.
Number 3 rebounder coming into the tournament. So he misses them both. The battle is on. Haben is tied up. Will have a jump ball.
You know, McMahon has been a Jekyll and Hyde in this tournament so far, Mark. We've seen him have a real good game. We saw him have a real bad game.
13 with 9 rebounds in the Cedar Rapids LaSalle ball game, right on. It's just that he can do so much better than that. He's averaging 16, 8 rebounds a game. Tip controlled by Hull Western Christian. Into the hands of Haverkamp. He gives it to the general, Altena. Under a minute left. Altena drops it on the far side to DeRuyter. Here on the near side to Horseman. Altena, DeRuyter. Intended inside, slapped out of bounds by McMahon.
You remember Gene Hospers, the coach of this team, the last 2 times they were down?
Sure do.
He's now the girls basketball coach at Western Christian.
The move is by Horseman. Perfect. Randy Horseman has a total of 5, including that 3-pointer. He's averaging 8. He was a starter, had some mono, came back from that, and has just played beautifully off of the bench. The bomb by Dennis. So Dennis finds the range for a 3-pointer.
That'll catch you up in a hurry.
17-7. The difference now is 10. And just a moment ago, it was 13. In the front court with it is Altena with about 14 seconds left, coming down to 10 now. Inside to Haverkamp. Altena with a three-point attempt. Got part of it, but not all. Follow-up to Ryder. No way. Over the back. Over the back, Haverkamp, his third personal foul.
And of course, he'll be shooting now on that one-hander, maybe. Got a foul with 3 seconds to go. People are wondering, what is 2A? Well, there's 486 high schools. The top 64 are AAA. Then the next 96 are this group, 2A.
Jim Ecoff of Hull Western Christian looking on, sees his reserve center, Haverkamp, now in trouble. Better that way, obviously, than his first-line center, Larry Faber.
Ecoff was the assistant coach to Hospers the last time they were here.
No luck by Everhart on the missed free throw, and that's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Western Christian 17, Camanche 7. We'll be back after this word from your local station.
Boy, you're looking at a lady whose adrenaline count is perked right there, Mark.
One of the many fine cheerleaders have been really working. We've seen some interesting gymnastics and some outstanding show here during the past 6 days. 17-7 after the quarter. I'm sorry, Mitch. With the 13-point, the biggest lead for Hull Western Christian during the quarter. Camanche has not led. It has not been tied. Controlled by Hull Western Christian, Altena. He'll try it from 15.
Boy, they put him up. Ask Webster City. They got hit by 100 points.
Hull Western Christian's fine point guard gets his second field goal, and it goes up to 19 to 7 by 12. It has been a 13. Everhart on the far side with a pass. Trying to bank it home is Dennis, and he does for his 5th point. Quickly down. And rejected by McMahon. That was Horseman trying the shot. Brings it to Dennis. He'll try from 16.
Here comes the transition game.
And out of bounds it goes. Western Christian has hit 8 out of 21 in that first quarter. Camanche 3 out of 12. Turnovers are even at 3 apiece. Western Christian has won the battle of the boards 18-8.
That last 30 seconds is the real personality of these teams that we saw.
In comes to Dennis. McMahon on top of Faber. Bounces it up and in.
That's the one they've got to have tonight.
That's 4 for McMahon. Second time he's done that. Bohr gives it near side to Horseman. Three-pointer. It's there. 8 points for Horseman. He has 2 three-pointers. He had 2 three-pointers in the Denison game. We've got a foul whistled out, and it's going to be called on Horseman. That's his first.
And as we mentioned, Camanche goes to the line on every whistle the rest of this half. Still only 2 team fouls on Camanche.
And perhaps before the half is over, that could be a factor.
Mike Garcia. Guess what his brother's name is? Mitch. Did you name him too?
I was going to say, I'll bet it's Garcia. All right, Mitch.
You know, 14 years ago, before I started working with you, I was known as Frosty.
Nice pass to Horseman. They get the bunny. They broke it in a hurry, and they can do that. Horseman has a total of 10 now, 24-11. They're up by 13 for the second time, their biggest lead. Everhart handling it. against Altona on the 2-3 zone. They go over on the far side, a three-point attempt by Dennis. He gets ironed, but that's all. The follow-up, Dennis, and a charging foul.
Yep, Dennis was following his own shot, going for the rebound. He's in foul trouble also.
That's his second personal foul as we have it. 13th foul. We've got a timeout on the floor with the score. Hull Western Christian 24, Camanche 11. Now this word from your local station. Western Christian leading Camanche 24-11. But lest you doubt Camanche's recuperative powers, keep in mind this ball club was down 25 points in the first half to Winterset, points in the third quarter to Winterset, came back and won the ball game 74-70. So they have recuperative powers.
In school enrollments, you can't be more even. Hull has 141 boys. Comanche has 142.
Altona dumps it off to Klein Waltering. Beautiful assist by Altona. Klein Waltering has a total of 10 on 5 field goals. It goes up now to 15. Garcia, cross-court pass to Everhart. And offense called on Everhart.
50. One hand, please. One hand.
Coach Akoff up off the bench. Cheering those kids. Watch it right there. You can see the offensive foul on Camanche.
Yep, that was Faber who took the dive. 6 minutes, 2 seconds left to go.
On our interview last night, Coach Akoff said this team gelled in February.
All right, here we go.
And it has been a fine team to watch in this tournament. They have played exceedingly well. As you can tell, they're keeping it up here tonight. This is Altona getting up court to Horseman, a three-point attempt. Got half of it. But they won't mark it in the book, of course. The rebound pulled off by Everhart. He brings it up in a hurry, dumps it over on the far side. Now to Everhart, who drives the lane. The follow-up, no good by Garcia. Again by Garcia. There's debris all over the floor.
5 on the deck.
Person of several members of these two teams. But Garcia kept after it, now has a total of 4. Bohr drops it out for Altona. Beautiful pass to Klein Waltering.
In the lane too long.
Yep. Costs them the basket. The ball will go over to Camanche.
That would have been some kind of an assist, though.
Oh, we've seen some fine passing by Altona. Great assists. We have a change coming in now for Hull Western Christian. Number 22 coming into the lineup.
Kip Peters is in.
Right.
Eric Breisenmaster is out.
In the backcourt with the right hand moving it up is Mike Thompson, a 5'11 senior.
Ty Dennis is back in there.
Right. He gives the ball over to Thompson. The shot attempt on the rim, swept clean. Altona comes down quickly, drops it on the far side to Bohr, who banks it home.
Boy, they don't waste it. They'll never have to put a shot clock in there, Jim.
Blitzkrieg here in the second period for Hull Western Christian. Playing just stunning basketball. That's Thompson handling it, trying to get it around. Moves it to Kip Peters.
51, you're holding.
And 51 is Faber. That's his second personal foul.
That was one of the referees. Both Carol Oberman and Donald Proctor are wired for sound. And you hear him coaching every once in a while out there, saying, son, no hands. Keep your hands off. They warn them.
So McMahon goes to the line. He's missed his only 2 previous free throws. He's a 62%er from the line, so he should start warming to the task pretty soon.
He was on a track team that finished second in the state last year. On a baseball team that finished district champion.
Has fouled out only twice during the regular season play. Still having a tough time from the line. That's 3 in a row that he has missed. Altena brings it up after the Klein-Walterink rebound. Slapped out of bounds. It'll be returned. Garcia tipped it out. That's Bohr handling it far or northern sideline in the west court here at Betts Auditorium. Altena takes a look at Coach Ecoff with 4:29 left to play. Working against what looks like a 2-3. Bohr tries the long one. The rebound taken by McMahon. He tries to bust it out of there. Down in a hurry, dropping it underneath to Garcia, and the foul will be whistled, I believe, on Altena. It is. 6'1" junior picks up his initial personal.
Camanche will be going back to the line. You'll get another look at that foul there under the east basket. Camanche right now needing those free throws.
I was just going to say, Mitch, Garcia has missed his only free throw. McMahon has missed 3. Everhart has missed. They've yet to make a free throw, and that takes care of that. 5 for Garcia as he gets the lid off.
The kids call him Beaner. That's because he's a pitcher in high school baseball. He's also the quarterback on a football team that went 7-1.
Okay. He has a couple in a row now and a total of 6. Mike Garcia. Altena on the far side to Bohr. Looks inside to Klein-Walterink. Beautiful assist. Klein-Walterink scores. Boy, they're finding the seams and getting it to Klein-Walterink regularly here in the first half. That's Ty Dennis. Garcia looking for 2 from 20 feet. Gets nothing. The rebound follow up by Dennis. Tries to bank it in. No good. And the rebound comes down to Horstman, rather. Randy Horstman gives it to Altena. Lost it. Picked up by Garcia down to Dennis. He should have an easy 2. 7 points for Dennis. 30-17.
That's when your defense becomes your offense.
All Western Christian is led by 15 on 3 separate occasions. Never been tied. Camanche has never led. Inside to Klein-Walterink. Up with the right hand. He was fouled by McMahon.
51 students.
That's his second.
Thank you.
McMahon led his league, the Big Bend Conference, in rebounding.
Take a look in there at Faber when he's trying to get that action against, got McMahon off his feet into the air.
And they won the championship, Camanche did, of the Big Bend, 7-1 record. Now let's take a look at Faber. 59%er from the line, has yet to score. He's averaging 10 a ball game along with 8 rebounds.
He lives in Rock Valley, Iowa. He's in the school choir at Hall. His brother Liddell was on that 1982 state tournament team.
Quite a high jumper, I understand, Mitch.
He's qualified for the state twice.
So he gets 1 out of 2. And quickly into the front court comes Dennis. Will he try it? He will from 10 feet. Give him 9 points, including a 3-pointer. 31-19. The difference is 12. Horstman into the front court, far side to Bohr. He jump shoots from 14. Picked up by Faber. It won't go. They battle for it. It's picked up by Bohr. He brings it out to DeRuyter. In turn, gives it to Horstman.
Bohr has great floor presence. Knows where the other 4 guys are all the time.
That's a traveling violation. Altman will be coming back into the lineup. He's been out just momentarily. We have a change for Camanche, too. Back in is Eric Griesmeister, a starter. And we've got a timeout called on the floor with the score. Hull Western Christian 31, Camanche 19. Now this word from your local station. There's a young lady looking up here trying to get a good look at Frosty Mitchell.
You know, Winterset had Camanche down 45-26 at halftime, so no panic is setting in over there yet, Mark.
Klein Waldering and Horseman have been the wrecking crew for Hull Western Christian. They have 22 between them, and they have outscored Hull Western Christian here so far in the second period by a 14-12 margin.
Assistant coach Steve Eberle of Camanche has a certain suit he wears for the big game, another he wears for big point production. Tonight he wore the big game suit.
That was an errant pass. I'm not sure that. I think it was intended for Dennis. I'm not sure. Altena picked it off regardless. Gives it over to DeRuyter. Puts it on the rim. Slapped out of bounds. And they'll award the ball to Camanche, the Indians. A tricolor, I think. Red, white, and blue are their school colors.
Camanche was here once before, 1971. They lost their opening game to state champion Montezuma.
Working against a 2-3 zone. Dennis brings it up, puts it on the far side to Thompson. Back to Dennis. Gives it to Briesmeister, back into that lineup. Thompson. Inside, they try to get it inside, will jump it up. DeRuyter.
Right at the
ties up Briesmeister.
2-minute mark in the first half.
We've got a change coming for Camanche. Coming in is number 30. That is Dan Vogel.
Only 5'8". They gave up a little size as Thompson went out at 5'11".
5'8" sophomore. And Vogel picks up the tip. Puts it on the far side to Dennis. Knocked out of his hands by Klein Waldering, and then out of bounds. He'll return the ball to Camanche. Nice try by Klein Waldering, who has played so well in this tournament.
Well, they throw their bodies around to get that basketball.
With abandon. Under 2. Dennis looks inside against the zone. Not much to see. Here to Vogel. Designated shooter. Rebound goes to Klein Waldering. Over to Altena. Here comes Hull Western Christian. Minute 35 left to play in the first half. The difference is 12. It has been 15. The shot attempt by Horseman. Picked up by Klein Waldering. Out to Altena. 3-point attempt.
Wow.
7 points for Altena. 34-19. It's up to 15 for the 4th time.
He made 28 of those 3-pointers in the regular season.
Altena on the rebound. The long lead pass down to Horseman. And let's see.
Bodies at center court.
It is Altena with the foul.
Called on.
Stop.
That 3-point shot is just a part of their offense if it's there.
And boy, they know how to pump it, don't they? Garcia comes back in. He replaces
Danny Vogel.
Dan Vogel, the sophomore. They'll wipe up the sweat after Altena hit the floor, and they'll put Everhart on the line. Here's Altena coming out of the lineup, and going in is Brian Vandegreen. V-A-N-D-E-G-R-I-N-D, but pronounced Vandegreen. And he is a senior 6-footer. He's seen some action in the tournament.
Jess Everhart on the line there was on a tennis team that won the state title the last 2 years.
So the free throw missed by Everhart, rebounded by Klein Waldering. Evergreen here on the near side with the basketball. Cross court to Horseman, 3-point attempt. Long rebound comes out. DeRuyter to the ball, and they'll call it on DeRuyter.
Well, I'll tell you, they talk about football being a contact sport. Football's a collision sport. This is contact.
They really go after the loose ball.
That's Coach John Harrelson, and that's Coach Jim Eacock.
32.
A lot of special events coming up at halftime, including a visit with Iowa Governor Terry Branstad.
Eacock is 48 and 15 coming into the tournament. 766 batting average, which is pretty nifty. Boy, the rebound line has, the free throw line has been cold for the Indians of Camanche. Just saw Dennis miss. DeRuyter inside, picked off beautifully by Briesmeister, who saw the pass coming 2 days ago. Down to Garcia, too far underneath. Hits the support up and back, and the ball will be awarded to Hull Western Christian.
Mark, they not only used the full 94 feet of this Veterans Auditorium floor, they want more. They're out behind the rim.
Well, you've got 4 feet from the basket or the backboard to the line as Altena checks back into the lineup with 31 seconds remaining. Being hounded by Garcia, gets it to Horseman. And now they'll wait it out, apparently, for the last one, Frosty. They're leading by 15. That's their biggest spread. Drops it for Horseman. Now at 10 seconds, they'll start penetrating toward the bucket. A 3-point attempt. The rebound goes out of bounds with 4 seconds left on the clock. Everhart will trigger it in. 94 feet away. Gives the ball to Ty Dennis. Dennis jumps. The shot is not good. That's the end of the first half with the score. Hull Western Christian 34, Camanche 19. We'll be back after this word from your local station. Intermission here at the 2A championship, and from that graphic you can see who's been boss in the first half. The Indians of Hull Western Christian behind Kleinwaldering, Horseman, and Altona have posted themselves a 15-point spread here at halftime in the 2A championship. Well, we'll be back at the Veterans Auditorium in a moment after this pause for station identification. And now we're going to take you center court for the awards presentation. Here's Mo Kelly of the Iowa High School Athletic Association.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are so fortunate in our state. Our youngsters, particularly in our athletic programs, are in great hands. We've always had tremendous cooperation from members of the medical profession. And a few years ago, the Iowa High School Athletic Association Board of Control established what we call our Team Doctor Awards. These doctors are nominated by member schools of the association for their great service to the young people of our schools, particularly those in our athletic programs. They aid those programs in many, many ways, and this evening we'd like to present 4 Team Doctor Awards. To help me with the presentation this evening, two members of the Board of Control of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. To my near left is John Gannon, Superintendent of Schools at Emmitsburg, and next to John is Jack Honchell, Superintendent of Schools at Centerville. First of all, a Team Doctor Award to a gentleman from Fort Dodge. How about a nice warm welcome for Dr. Hoyt Allen and his wife, Jean. Next up, Dr. Robert Anderson and wife Marge from Des Moines. And our Team Doctor Award to Dr. James Call and wife Joanne from Preston, Iowa. I might mention they have quite a cheering section here tonight. Some 60 people from Preston came to this event just in honor of Dr. Call. And finally, a Team Doctor Award to Dr. Ralph Woodard of Fort Dodge, accompanied by his wife Martha. We do appreciate very much the great service provided to our youngsters by these team doctors. Another nice hand for them. You know, we kind of like to refer to some of our school people as unsung heroes when it comes to our athletic programs. They may not get a lot of the glory. They work mainly behind the scenes. But I think you all agree that you know good athletic programs in our schools are guided by some administrators whom, as we indicated, perhaps don't get much glory but do a lot of the work to make those programs very successful. As a result, we have some school administrator awards to present this evening, and let's do that at this time. First of all, a school administrator award to Manning High School Superintendent Paul Bjorkren, accompanied by wife Norma. Our appreciation to the retired superintendent, Waverly Shellrock, Glenn Brostrom. Our congratulations to the principal, Des Moines Tech, Larry Gillespie, and his wife, Kathleen. The superintendent from Clarion High School, Byron Hoffmeister, and his wife, Sonia. The athletic director at Clinton High School, Bill Holmstrom, and his wife, Jean. The superintendent at Ackley Geneva High School, Bernie Pellymouter, and his wife, Myrna. And the athletic director at Emmitsburg High School, Clint Stilley, and his wife, Jean. Another nice hand for some folks that really make our athletic programs go, our school administrators. Let's turn our attention now to the Iowa Basketball Coaches Association. They have a few folks they'd like to honor this evening, so we're happy to do that. To present these awards, we have Dave Lansing, the gentleman in the red jacket. He is the current president of the Basketball Coaches Association. Also, Don Logan is with him, a past president of that group. And to begin with, we have 5 gentlemen that have coached in Iowa, are still coaching in Iowa, and have done so for quite some time, long enough to rack up over 300 victories as a high school basketball coach in Iowa. So they are receiving Win Club Awards. Let's introduce them now. Coach Randy Ahrens of Rockwell Swaledale. Coach Jerry Christensen of Trainer. Coach Bob Hilmer of Forest City. Coach John Labonia, West Des Moines Dowling. And Coach Bob White of Iowa Falls. 300 plus wins. Congratulations, fellas. Each year, the Iowa Basketball Coaches Association has some all-star basketball games, and all proceeds for the past several years have gone to the Iowa Special Olympics. That's the case again this year. A $2,000 check will be presented by the Basketball Coaches Association at this time to the Iowa Special Olympics. Proceeds from the All-Star Games, and accepting for the Iowa Special Olympics is Bob Wells, the assistant principal at Des Moines Hoover High School. We might mention that Al Rabinold from Montezuma, another former president of the Basketball Coaches Association, also aided with that presentation. Okay, we also have, sponsored by the Iowa Basketball Coaches Association, an all-academic, all-state team. All of these young men averaged 16 points per game as basketball standouts. But perhaps even more importantly, they have an average grade point of 3.8. There were something like 100 nominations submitted, and these are the young men being named to the All-State, All-Academic team, and we'd like to introduce them to you at this time. Paul Bachhoven from North Fayette. Tim Davis from Olds Waco. G of Des Moines North Tech. Brian Gertis, Charles City. Torque Cook of Corydon Wayne. Tony Johnson, Cumberland Messina. Doug Knudsen of Lake Mills. Steve Logsden, Davenport West. Pat Margette of Sigourney. Dennis McNeil of Murray. Bob Pelzer, West Liberty. Rick Perry of Northwood Kensett. Jeff Schnack of Iowa City was not able to be with us this evening. Mitch Walks of West Liberty. Derek Wycliffes of Newton, and Joe Wolf of Carlisle. Fellas, we appreciate your great exploits, not only on the playing floor, but in the classroom. Many congratulations to you. Thank you so much for your attention.
We'll be back at Veterans Auditorium after this word from your local station.
Side of the blue.
A mic check. This is a mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mic check.
Halftime with Hull Western Christian leading 34-19, and before resumption of play, we have Frosty Mitchell courtside in his special office here during this tournament series, and on this occasion, he has a very special guest.
The #1 sporting event in Iowa, and Iowa's #1 citizen is here once again to pay tribute to these young people. Governor Terry Branstad. Governor, you've gone a lot of miles between Terrace Hill and getting here downtown today.
That's right. I've been in Sioux City and Ames and Cedar Rapids today, but I didn't want to miss this tournament game tonight. I was here last night. I'm glad to be back for the 2A and 3A finals tonight.
You know, Governor, there's just something contagious. I've been in here since Monday. We've played to almost 90,000 people. And, hey, I know there's a lot of problems out there, Governor, right now, but I think the future of Iowa was right in this auditorium this week. Kids.
And I tell you, judging from these young people, the future of Iowa is very bright. You can just see the enthusiasm. It's contagious. And, of course, we're very proud of Iowa's outstanding education system. I had the opportunity not too long ago to be on the Phil Donahue show and compete with some other governors on this Saturn project, and I had the opportunity to point out how Iowa students ranked #1 in the nation last year in the Scholastic Aptitude Test. But then I got back to Iowa and I got a letter from a friend in Iowa City that said, hey, you should have mentioned the American College Test. ACT, of course, is located in Iowa City and employs several people, but Iowa students ranked only #2 in ACT last year.
Hey, we could take a victory lap on either one. That's pretty high.
That's not too bad when you're competing with all the other states in the nation. Our education system is outstanding, and we also have an outstanding work ethic. And I think it kind of comes from being close to the soil and growing up here with a strong commitment to family that exists, and the sort of closeness, and you can really see it with the communities pulled together. Having a team in the tournament is a tremendous thing it's a tremendous boost for any community.
Governor, I'll bet you can remember back to when your high school and your community and you went to a state tournament.
Oh, I'll never forget it. In fact, that's the first trip I remember coming to Des Moines, 1963 state baseball tournament. I was only a sophomore and kept hoping we'd come back, but we always ran into a club called St. John's of Bancroft, and they always seem to wipe us out.
Hey, they know a lot about that baseball at Bancroft. You know, Governor, I was just thinking about tonight. You realize there are 4 teams here tonight, but you realize what we're working with on that?
We got 2 public schools. We got Western Christian, and then we've got Carroll Kemper. So we've got a Catholic school, we've got a Christian school, and we've got 2 public schools. I think this shows the diversity, and you know, in many states, the public and the parochial schools don't participate in the same tournament. Here in Iowa, we've always done that. And we have the same kind of good relationship between people in this state. I think it's indicative of the fine Iowa spirit.
Governor, you mentioned that trip to the Saturn people. Your job was to sell Iowa. What did you tell them was good about Iowa?
#1, I told them we had the best people in the country. Hardworking, caring, help their neighbors and friends. And, of course, our education system is outstanding. We've got a job training program that's second to none in this country in terms of helping industry. And we're committed to making this a very positive place to live.
Governor, we'll see you later to name that all-tournament team. Thank you.
Thank you, Frosty.
I feel better already. Let's go back to Mark Sellis.
Right you are, Mitch. Thank you. Thank you, Governor. Just a few minutes away from getting the show on the road for the second half. Let's take a look at some of the developments in the opening half of play. First of all, we're going to see Derek Altena with one of his fine assists. This one going to teammate Cly Waldering for the first points of the game. Cly Waldering has a dozen here at halftime. Now from long range, you'll see Randy Horseman. This is a three-pointer from the corner. Horseman has 10 points here at intermission. On the other side, it is Ty Dennis trying his three-point range, and it's perfect. Dennis with 6 points at halftime. Horseman again trying, and this time it's rejected, however, by McMahon. Fine defensive play. Everhart for the Camanche Indians. Goes in for a layup. It's knocked over. A couple of other people knocked over. Garcia tries it, misses. He goes again with everybody down on the playing court and gets it the second time around. And now we'll see Altena. You'll see it from floor level as he gets up in the air, lets it fly with that right hand, and bango. This was a three-pointer. Altena has 7 at halftime. And more of it coming. 34-19 is the score. We'll be back with the start of the second half after this word from your local station. Another full half of 2A championship basketball coming up. The demise of Camanche in the first half can be laid quite simply to the fact they didn't shoot well. They were 27.5% from the field. They were 22% from the free throw line. There's the tail of the tape. As you can see, they only hit 8 out of 29. Look at the field goal percentage, and then look at the free throw situation. 22%. They made 2 out of 9. So they've had their problems there. And in rebounds, Hull is dominating 32-19. All of that, I'm sure, has been brought home dramatically to the Indians of Camanche by Coach John Harrelson. They'll try and turn it around in the second half. Meanwhile, Coach Jim Ekoff has told his people it's not over yet. You know it and I know it. You have to play as well in the second half as you did in the first half if you intend to beat this club, because Camanche has the ability to fight back and win a ball game. They hung on to beat LaSalle. They came from way back in left field to beat Winterset. Shot 56% in each of those games. Here's the tip controlled out of bounds. Horseman, it was touched last, however, by Camanche, and as a result, the ball will be returned to Hull Western Christian. That's Horseman taking the ball out. Altona's in there with him. Cly Walterink is in the ball game. So is Bohr and Haverkamp. And that is Haverkamp.
You know, Mark, I have the feeling about the first 3 minutes of this third quarter is going to really be critical to this ball game.
Well, let's see if you're a prophet or not, Mitch. Everhart here on the near side, Dennis, and it's a charging foul on Ty Dennis. So at least in the opening 26 seconds, Hull Western Christian is just where it was before the half ended, in command.
There it is. You can see they have a great way of getting you out of any game plan that you want to do.
Dropped inside to Altona. 3 men team up on him, but he gets it up to Bohr. Bohr feeds it nicely to Haverkamp. He can't get it. The follow-up and
on him. Right here, 53.
Fouled by whom?
One hand up, please. One hand
They
up.
called it on Haverkamp.
Right. That's his 4th personal, Mitch.
Brent Haverkamp's in trouble now. He's one of the tallest guys in the 2A at 6'6". Dennison had Kerry O'Neill at 6'9". Nick Pace of Winterset, Terry Ira from South Winneshiek were also 6'6".
Haverkamp has not been a big scorer, scoring 3.5. He has 4 in this ball game. He has 1 foul left. Faber's resting all this time, of course. Keep that in mind. Briesmeister, they feed it inside to McMahon, tries to bang it home off the board, gets his own rebound, and an offensive foul on McMahon. Yep. He has 3 personal fouls.
Somebody went down hard. That wasn't Haverkamp.
No, that was Altona. Altona's okay.
Altona makes this team go. You take a look at the contact inside. McMahon, number 54, muscles in, knocked Altona down. The foul was on McMahon.
He sure did. He gave him that left shoulder, and he drove Altona right out. Coach Jim Ekoff.
He is leaving his man in with 4 fouls, that coach. That's some courage.
Kicked out. You talking about Haverkamp?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe he thinks that first 3 minutes I was talking about is critical also.
But now Faber has replaced Haverkamp. Yep. And the foul in the backcourt, Garcia. That's his first.
54, keep one hand down. Don't go up with 2 anymore, okay?
Now, they don't want to do too much of that.
You heard the official warning McMahon to keep 1 hand down. They'll give him warning. They try and help him. It's not an adversary relationship at all.
3 team fouls on Camanche here in less than a minute. Second half, Altona in the backcourt, hounded by Garcia. Gets it up to Horseman. He gets it to Bohr. Bohr is the leading scorer on the ball club, but not in the first half. He's only had 1 field goal. If he turns loose, look out. Cly Walterink, super assist by Altona again.
Offensive, no basket.
They take it away from him. Yep. Altona still a marvelous bounce pass.
Ran over, airborne shooter.
Said he ran over him. You heard the referee. You'll see it right here when he comes heading in, muscled the basket right up over McMahon. Well, in high school, when it's an offensive foul, there can be no points.
Garcia brings it into the front court. Drops it near side to Everhart. He goes to Briesmeister. They collapse on him. That 2-3 zone. Inside to McMahon.
And he powers up.
Offensive on McMahon. His second offensive foul in a row. His 4th personal foul.
Timeout for Camanche.
Timeout on the floor with the score. Western Christian 36, Camanche 19. Now this
All right, that's Jeff Everhart with the ball. He's going to work it around out front right now. They're going to come to McMahon. Now, here's the controversial foul. McMahon goes up, and they called it offensively on him. That's 4 offensive fouls. Now, whether you agree with the call or not, pretty soon the players have to get smart enough, Mark, to know that's how they're calling it.
And McMahon, of course, has been pulled, and he's been replaced by Chris Wayne, a 6'4" senior, number 44.
And can Camanche climb this mountain with McMahon out of there? I doubt it.
Going to be difficult. Altena brings it into the front court. Gives it to Bohr. Altena, 3-point attempt. The rebound comes to the floor in the person of Briesmeister. They tie him up with jump ball.
Boy, there's some contact out there.
All Western Christian going after the basketball.
That's the most valuable commodity in this room right now.
Playing with reckless abandon. By Walterink will jump against Briesmeister. No. They change it. They have moved Horseman in. He's a little shorter at 6 feet. Briesmeister 6'1". There's the tip and out of bounds in favor of whom? White. That's Camanche. So the Indians will be heading west here, hoping to get something going with just about 6 minutes left. Horseman had larceny. His heart missed it. The shot attempt by Ty Dennis is a little long. The rebound out of bounds. Slapped out of the hands of Altena. They'll give the ball back to Faber.
And that's Hull Western Christian playing it in. Full court pressure on by Camanche. You know, Hull being from western Iowa could break a dynasty. Thanks to Cedar Rapids Regis, the 2A has belonged to eastern Iowa.
Ty Dennis, he stole the ball. It'll be goaltending.
Up high, pinned it on the glass was Larry Faber.
Dennis has a total of 11.
You'll see this. Faber's only 6'5", and look at him go up above the iron at 6'5".
Dennis also stole that ball.
Here's another angle, same play. No question about it.
Back live, you're looking at Clyde Waltering, and he is fouled underneath.
41 shooting twice.
By Everhart. That is his second. So we're going to the line.
Camanche has 5 team fouls already, and the rest of this season, Hull Western Christian will be on the 1-and-1.
Let's see if he gets 2. He does. Foul in the act of shooting, so the team foul situation wouldn't have made any difference on this particular play, but it will from here on in.
Tim Klein-Walderink lives on a farm near Sanborn, Iowa. He's in the school choir also.
56% from the line. Hit his only free throw. He has a total of 13. That one he does not get. He had 15 in the Webster City win, 19 in the Denison win. This is Garcia.
41, you're blocking.
It is a blocking foul. They call it against Klein-Waltering. That's his first.
And that'll be team foul number 3 on Western Christian. You'll see some more real contact as they step in. This time it's blocking, called there on 41.
So they put Garcia on the line. He has hit 2 out of 3 free throws, a 52%er.
Top pitcher in the school. They think he could be a baseball diamond in the rough. He was 10-3 last year, chucking the ball.
That's 3 in a row for Garcia.
It's
hit him 7.
Baseball, he gets his nickname Beaner.
On the state tennis team, along with a lot of other people on this ball club. Towering rebound by Bohr. Lost it. Dives for it. It goes out of bounds. They will call a foul on Bohr. That's his third.
Boy, this is going to look like a scene from MASH before it's over out here. These people are going for it. Take a look at this as he crosses that center line. Now you'll see 2 bodies going through the air trying to get it.
That's a blocking foul as he cut him. Interestingly enough, for Hull Western Christian, they're all playing well, but Jerry Bohr, their top scorer, it's like pulling teeth. He can't get started in the ball game. His teammates, however, have been handling it very, very well so far. 37-22. The shot attempt is in and out. As you saw, the follow-up is no good by Everhart. The first shot was missed by Dennis. The long pass down. This is Bohr. That one won't go. The rebound battle for will jump it up. It'll be Bohr and Everhart.
Excellent to Chris Wayne with the defensive intimidation that saved 2 that time for Chris Wayne. There you see him batted away.
Just won't go down for Bohr.
Okay, here we go.
You have those days. And Bohr is a 47%er from the field. So the kid's a pretty good shooter. 37-22. It stays at 15. It was 17. Favor of Hull Western Christian. Favor, and it'll be a foul And it's called on the defense, Briesmeister.
Yep.
That's his first.
Eric Briesmeister. You know, Briesmeister obviously is Dutch. Last night we had Hofmeister, the coach from Lone Tree, the state champions, and Hofmeister is German.
You're looking at Coach Ekhoff.
Does he look like he's winning?
No. They never rest, do they? No. They worry right up until the final gun. Faber, his second free throw, 2 out of 3, 59%er. He's averaging 10 points a game, and he's averaging that in the tournament. 8 against Webster City, 15 against Denison. He has 2 here today.
He lives in Rock Valley, Iowa. McMahon has to come back in. They've just got to have him to cut down this 17-point margin.
And that's the second time they've led by that margin, their largest. So McMahon with 4 personals is reinserted. They pull Briesmeister, and up comes Garcia. Traveling. 4:40 left to go in the third quarter. Camanche having its share of problems. Hull Western Christian basically responsible for those problems.
McMahon fouled out of that Cedar Rapids LaSalle ball game also. He had 3 in the game against Winterset.
This is Faber giving it to Altena. Stolen by Everhart. He'll take it in.
Blocking.
It'll be on Horseman.
3 bodies are on the deck.
That'll be his second.
Boy.
Altena also getting up. He didn't make the contact, however. It was Horseman.
Remember, when there you see it in there. When you see those kind of things in football, they're wearing pads. These kids are not.
So Everhart goes to the line. He has missed both of his free throw attempts early, and now they're tending to Garcia. He might have caught one in the face.
He's not feeling so pretty good on the left jaw.
Right. And he'll be coming out there. Mike Thompson will replace him while they tend to him.
I wouldn't say that he got hit hard, but he went to a neutral corner.
And apparently they're going to take him down to the end of the bench and tend to him. So here's Everhart now, hoping to change his luck from the Scotch stripe. It has not been good so far. They made 2 out of 9 from the line in the first half.
Everhart is going to play in the Shrine football game next summer. He's an offensive defensive end being recruited by Cornell College for football.
Another one of those guys on that fine tennis team of theirs.
National Honor Society student. Sings in the school plays, and the chorus just does it all.
39-24, they cut it down to 15. Everhart now is 2 for 4 from the line. Horseman in the front court to Altena. Altena the 4. Horseman, 2-pointer, doesn't go. Rebound, Kleinwalder. No, Faber. Foul is on Faber over the top.
That is 3
on him. And remember, his backup, Brad Haverkamp, has 4 personal fouls.
Western Christian is a private school. That means each student pays tuition. It's associated with the Christian Reformed Church, but the church does not officially financially support the school. In other words, it's parent-controlled, and the parents make up the school board at Western Christian.
So here's a 3-year starter for Camanche. 3 in a row from the free throw line. So Everhart, who missed his first 2, has come back in good fashion. You're taking a look at Garcia, drinking a little water. The jaw is apparently straightened out. We should see him return here momentarily. No good, and the rebound goes to Horseman. 3 and 3 from the line for Everhart. 39-25, it stays. Altena, did he travel?
He traveled.
Automatic.
Yep, that's right, because of the knee.
That's right.
If you go down and your knee touches,
it's
and a timeout being called on the floor. With the score, Hull Western Christian 39, Camanche 25. Now this word from your local station. There's the tail of the tape, and it also gives you a view of some of the people on hand here at Vets Auditorium for this 2A final and the 3A final to come. You know, Eekhoff just called that last time out, Frosty, and I think it's a wise one. He could see the club is sputtering. They're still up by 14 and led by 17, which is not too much off their lead. But I think he was dissatisfied at the way they were playing, and he wanted to straighten them out. Let's see if he did.
That's what timeouts are for. He's a good young coach.
Okay, handling it out on top is Kip Peters. Over on the far side to Ty Dennis. Here on the near side to Thompson. He drops it for Everhart. Nothing doing inside. Picked off very nicely by Bohr. So Bohr may not be scoring, but he's offering help in other ways.
Just lost the grip that time.
Beautiful pass to Klein Waltering from Altena. 15 points for Klein Waltering. Slapped out of bounds by Horseman.
Have we ever seen a team that made more dives at loose balls than they do?
They just commit themselves to that ball no matter what.
A school that doesn't play football. They have great physical conditioning. Their cross-country team was third in the state last fall.
That's Garcia handling. Back in the lineup. Will try it right away. The jaw's okay.
He's okay.
So is the arm. 9 points for Garcia. Horseman in the front court gives it to Faber. Up on top to Altena. 41-27. Down to 14 again. Out to Altena. We're down to under 3 minutes left to play. A three-point attempt by Horseman. Not good. Rebound out of bounds. They'll give the ball to Camanche. The Indians have it.
Big opportunity here. They've cut it to 14, and they've got the dice.
Here comes Garcia, heading west at Vets Auditorium in Des Moines. Gives it to Peters. They'll re-award the basketball to the Indians of Camanche. Taking it out will be Everhart. Garcia, their floor general. Drops it for Peters. Peters goes over the top of Faber with a shot. It goes out of bounds. They'll give it to All Western Christian. That's Altena on the floor. He's been down a few times here this evening.
If he was a boxer, they'd call him Canvasback.
They give it to Klein Waltering. Nice move. He blows the layup. They tip it into him, but he came from out of bounds.
Yep, he had his right foot on the out-of-bounds line when he got it.
He moved very well right by the defense that time to take it in. It was Chris Wayne who was defending on him, but he moved past him extremely well. But the shot did not go. So there's life again for Camanche. Here come the Indians. Garcia on the far side to Mike Thompson. Garcia will try it from 16. Perfect. So Garcia's deciding to take over. He has 11. He's averaging 10 in the tournament, averaging 15 and a half a ball game so far, coming down to 2 minutes. 41-29. It's 12. It was 17. The Indians have made a dent. Altena drops it for Klein Waltering. Nice fake. And he'll get the basket as well as the foul, which I think will be charged to Chris Wayne.
You take another look at it inside, and you'll see when he makes the move right there why he's going back to the free throw line. They got him on the elbow as he was releasing the ball, but the basket counts.
That was Wayne. Here's DeRuyter coming back into the lineup. He's a starter for Hull Western Christian, and he gives Horseman a rest.
This third quarter hasn't been that great for Hull, but Western Christian scored 34 points against Webster City in the third quarter when they ended up with 100 the other day. 59 points in the second half of that ball game.
18 for Klein Waltering, who has distinguished himself in this ball game tonight. Under 2.
When they got that 34, they were only 2 points away from the all-time record for most points in a quarter. 36 by Iowa City Regina against Adair Casey in 1979.
The lead is 15. 1:35 now remaining in the third. Trying to move with it is Thompson. No place to go. The long pass out. It has to be retrieved. It is not in the backcourt. The violation, Garcia, and they'll give the ball to Hull Western Christian. Costly turnover.
Boy, almost banged off a body. One more step and it wouldn't have been.
Ty Dennis comes back into the lineup. He replaces Thompson. So Dennis and Garcia are back. Everhart is in that lineup as well. They give it inside and it goes out of bounds. Touched last by Hull Western Christian. Everhart will be the trigger man at the base. No, they give it to Hull Western Christian. I stand corrected. DeRuyter will pass it in bounds. We're at the east end of the court. Gives it to Bohr. 3-point attempt. No, an alley-oop.
Yeah.
Beautifully executed with Bohr on the end of it. Bohr's second field goal. Beautiful play.
Looked like a shot put.
Ty Dennis, a three-pointer, responding. He has 14.
And a whistle under the hoop.
Somebody doing some pushing.
And it looks like we're going to the whole line.
Apparently that was Chris Wayne again. His second personal foul.
You look underneath the hoop, that's where it happened out there. That's the alley-oop from outside to Faber.
They performed that beautifully. That thing was timed right on the money. I think everybody was fooled. Bohr hit it in midair and bang. Now De Ryder.
Dave's
He has yet
sister,
to score.
Donna, was first-team All-State in volleyball 3 years ago.
Only 42% from the line. He gets his first points tonight. He only scored 2 in the Webster City game and 2 at Denison game.
Dave De Ryder lives on a farm over near Rock Valley.
So his role is, of course, not to scoring, but to do some other things. 47-32. 1 out of 2. Ty Dennis, a three-point attempt. Dennis has hit 2 in a row.
Back to 12.
47-35. Bohr in trouble, gets free, gives it to Altena.
40 seconds to go.
Offensive foul on Altena. Camanche gets the basketball with 41 left in the third. And you can see the Indian fans respond.
Okay, you'll see him. He tried to go off tackle on that one, Mark. That was a good call.
It was.
Well, is he the designated shooter with 41 seconds? They have the ball and Vogel coming in.
Dan Vogel, the 5'8" sophomore. They tried him earlier. That's Vogel handling it. Garcia. Garcia, of course, can hit it from 3 as well. That's a try. The rebound comes off to Altena. Long pass down court with 20 seconds left. It's Bohr. The basket will count.
Yep, he was pushed.
And Garcia gets the foul, his second.
How quick they can transist and get those points. Take a look at this. That was a pass from coast to coast. He was pushed just before the shot.
So we have Bohr with his third field goal, and now 67% from the line. They tell me he scored 42 points in the Sioux City West game, a school record.
Mark, every time he scores, it's a school record. He broke the school record back in the district championship game, so every time he scores, it's a new school record.
And it's up to 15 again, as you suggested. Every time it gets a little tight, Hull Western Christian busts loose with something.
When he got 42 against Sioux City West, that was against a AAA team.
5 seconds. Everhart is stripped of the ball. They won't get the shot off. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. Hull Western Christian 50, Camanche 35. We'll be back after this word from your local station.
Here's another look at that alley-oop, another angle. Altena, I think, looked like a shot put he was shoveling in there. Look at up there, Bohr. Now, Bohr is listed only 6'2". He went up above the 10-foot rim to finish the alley-oop.
That play works beautifully when you don't expect it. Everybody thought that was launching a shot. We're all set to go. It was a push in the third quarter. They each scored 16.
In the girls' tournament a week ago, we had an alley-oop that went through the hoop on the pass.
Camanche. Ty Dennis trying from three-point range. The rebound is taken off by Haverkamp. He is fouled immediately
and that's all.
by McMahon, and McMahon is fouled out of the ball game, scoring only 4 points. He had 13 against LaSalle. He had 32 in the Winterset game. He gets 4 here tonight. They did a number on him, and the fouls, of course, restricted him as well.
Disappointed young man, ended a very fabulous high school athletic career.
3-year starter,
you take a look
rebounder.
At it. You'll see the contact there. He got the shoulder in.
Led the conference in rebounding, as Mitch suggested. An outstanding high school career.
Here's an
athletic career coming to an end.
Honor student that lives in Sibley, Iowa. Going to go to Iowa State and study computer science when he's done in high school.
Missed his only free throw earlier. Makes up for it on this occasion. He has a total of 5. It's up to 16.
He's playing with
35.
4 fouls on him.
True. Faber, however, has 3. Haverkamp comes through in the clutch with a couple of more. 52-35. Up to 17 for the third time. Biggest spread. Griesmeister underneath, his first scoring of the ball game.
And if Camanche is going to make the charge, they better sound the bugle.
Yep, it better come now. They've been trying with the long range stuff, Mitch. They just haven't been able to put it in the hole. This is Bohr.
Well, suddenly he's come alive.
If he starts coming around, then it's really going to be tough, because Bohr has been playing a lot of other basketball than offense. That is putting it in the hole. There's the shot attempt by Garcia, and the long range stuff just isn't falling. We're back to 17. 54-37. Horseman back in the lineup, gives to Altena. Finds the rim. The rebound, Haverkamp. Finds the rim. Comes on. Bohr tries to bank it in. It won't go. And the rebound is picked off underneath by Skip Peters.
Boy, they got a war under the boards down there. They're battling for that ball.
They call it out of bounds. They call a foul. It'll be out of bounds. It'll be in favor of Camanche.
And Camanche has 6 minutes and 50 seconds left in their opportunity.
Starting center Larry Faber back on the lineup, replacing Haverkamp, who has done well in a reserve role. Garcia had a hunch, changed his mind. Comes on the near side to Peters. Peters on the far side. And Thompson, or rather Horseman, saw the pass coming. Gives it off to Altena, drops it beautifully underneath for Bohr. He'll get the basket, I'm sure, and he was fouled by Everhard, who picks up his third.
And Jerry Bohr, B-O-E-R, has come to play now. Timeout being asked by Camanche.
Some great passes, though, Mitch.
Take a look in here. Bohr in there got a great feed to come down that baseline, but got hacked.
That's 11 for Bohr. He's made the only other free throw he's attempted, and now we have a timeout. Hull Western Christian, 50.
It's time for you to call Western Christian fans to let them know you're here.
Hull Western Christian leading 56-37, 6.5 minutes left to play in this ball game. It is still not over, though obviously Hull Western Christian is sitting in a great spot right now. Their third time here, and they're hoping that's the magic charm. But there's still some basketball to be played because Camanche, if it turns it on, could make a run for it.
Mark, we've been asked by the whole Western Christian schools to announce they'll have a homecoming party next Monday at 2:30. Next Monday, 2:30, homecoming party at Hull Western Christian.
All right, Mitch, now let's take a look at Jerry Bohr. 67% from the line.
Boy, he's coming on.
He has a dozen, 2 out of 2 from the line. The spread is now 20, the biggest lead of the ball game.
And McMahon on the bench. That's going to be tough.
Inside, Everhart with the right hand gets a couple back. His first field goal, he has a total of 5 points. They will call the foul offense. It'll go against Bohr.
Those officials have been consistent tonight on that offensive charge.
That's 4 on Jerry Bohr. But there's no need to save him, so they let him play. With the right hand, Garcia quickly into that west court. 3-point attempt. And over the top, it's Briesmeister. That's his second.
Some of these same people are going to be on this auditorium floor again probably on April 2nd, a benefit for the Iowa Convalescent Home for Children against the All-Stars from the state of Minnesota. An Iowa College All-Star team will play the opener at 6 o'clock. Tickets are on sale at 8 o'clock. Jim Broussard and Chuck Sutherland from East Des Moines will coach the Iowa All-Stars, and kids all over the state have a chance to try out for that ball club.
Dave DeRuyter, D-E-R-U-Y-T-E-R, back into the lineup. He replaces Bohr, pulled with 4 personals. Altena has a total of 8, but he does so much more than score. He leads in assists. He's fine on defense. You've seen him work very, very hard. He has a record number of steals for the club. Everhart takes the short rebound, just grazed the rim. 3-point attempt. Finds the mark by Dennis.
And we go under 6 minutes.
20 points for Dennis. That is his 4th 3-pointer of the evening. Long pass down court for DeRuyter. I think Faber thought it was intended for him. They give it to Altena. Far side to Klein-Waltering. Nice pass, nice move. Was he fouled by Everhart? He was. That's his 4th. A lot of fouls tonight. So we'll see Klein-Waltering. K-L-E-I-N-W-R-L-T-R-I-N-K. Go to the line.
Klein-Waltering working down the baseline, and Camanche fouled him.
Smart player, good size at 6'3". You can tell he's not thin. Put together pretty well.
A lot of happy people in Northwest Iowa right now. This school district has kids from Sioux Center, Hull, Rock Valley, Inwood, Sanborn, Sibley, Hospers, and Sheldon. That's a lot of geography.
Klein-Waltering with 19 points. 59-42. By 17, has been 20. Hull Western Christian dominating the ball game ever since the second frame. Far side to Ty Dennis. They try to stick close to him. His bomb goes out of bounds. It hit the line. They give it to Hull Western Christian. Here's Vogel, another designated shooter, 5'8" sophomore. And he'll start putting some up.
5 minutes and 24 seconds. And the clock starting to get into the game because of the 17-point margin.
And Bohr checks in. He replaces Horseman. That's a Hull Western Christian change. Faber, Altena in the backcourt. DeRuyter, Klein-Waltering, and Bohr. Bohr coming up. No sweat.
Bohr is coming up, and Bohr has come on in this fourth quarter.
For him.
Vogel
on the rim. Gets his own rebound. Tries to drop it off. They fight for it. And let's see. A foul is going to be called on Altena reaching in. That's his 4th personal foul. Derek Altena.
So they've got a couple of people playing with a pressure of 4.
They're going to pull him. Randy Horseman coming in. He only has 2 personals. There are a lot of fouls up and down the scorecard. McMahon has fouled out. Ty Dennis has 3. Everhart has 4 for Camanche. Jerry Bohr has 4.
Alton is the kind of guy that a coach will say, nobody loves him but his mother and the coach. He just does those unnoticeable things. It makes it happen.
The free throw attempt by Peters is right on the money. Kip Peters, his first scoring here this evening.
John Harrelson of Camanche, who's in the record book as a player, told me last night in an interview it's more fun to be here as a coach than a player.
Peters hits them both, 61-44. 17. passed in, and a foul will be called on Klein Waltering.
31.
Haverkamp, or rather Everhart, got to the ball sooner, and Klein Waltering has his second personal foul.
All right, take the long look down there. It was intended for Klein Waltering. He had to come from behind to try and field it.
Time on the floor with the score. All Western Christian 61, Camanche 44. Now this word from your local station.
It's raining on the outside.
There we're looking at a nervous Indian. Whose side is he on, by the way?
He must be a Camanche.
He must be a Camanche, huh?
He is a concerned Indian right now.
Time back in. We'll have a free throw coming up for Camanche. You're looking at Coach John Harrelson.
This is an excellent student. He was on a student team in the Clinton Community College Bowl for scholarship in area schools, and he finished 4th on that team.
Everhart 3 out of 6 from the line. He has a total of 6 points. He's a 48%er normally.
There really aren't that many Christian schools in Iowa as such. Unity Christian, which won it all here in 1974, is the only other private school to ever win the state championship.
I recall that ball club. They steal it away from Horseman. He dives after it. Will jump ball.
Unity Christian of Orange City. Now, Pella Christian has never been in the boys tournament, but their girls have been a couple of times to the girls tournament. There aren't that many Christian schools.
They're going to have DeRuyter jumping. He'll be going up against Garcia. Vogel back into the lineup for Camanche. The jump, and let's see, the
22,
foul.
you got it.
They're going to call it on 22. That is Kip Peters. Kip has personal foul number 1, the 6'1" sophomore. They're going to put Bohr on the line, the 6'2" senior.
Here's a guy that he had every opportunity to kind of give up at one point in this ball game. Wasn't going his way.
No.
Kept plugging away.
Kept doing what he could do defensively on the boards, but it wasn't going in the hole. He scored 7 in the first 3 quarters. He's come back. Faber.
Jerry
5
Bohr.
points for Faber.
Jerry Bohr is from Boyden, Iowa.
He has a total of 14. As I said, he had 7 in the first 3 quarters. The shot by Ty Dennis. Dennis has been playing very, very well. He has 22, including 4 3-pointers, trying to get him back into it. Klein Waltering trying to get it home. Tipped up, no good. Again, no good. And a third time by Bohr.
Boy, are you hearing that name Bohr a lot.
16 points for Bohr. 9 of those in this last frame. Out of bounds in favor of Hull Western Christian. Stuffed on the line, getting the rebound.
And when they play it inbounds, we'll go under the 4-minute mark.
Comes up to DeRuyter. Almost crossed the equator, changed his mind. Now having trouble. Still having trouble. They strip him of the ball. They give it to Dennis, in turn gives it to Peters.
Nice assist by Dennis. Dennis apparently got a finger in the eye or something. He's holding the left eye.
4 for Peters, 65 to 49. It got down to Klein Waltering, easy 2. Almost intercepted, but not quite. 21 points for Klein Waltering.
Tim Klein Waltering now has 55 points in the ballgame. That ties him for second in the scoring derby, Mark. The leading scorer in Class 2A, Chris Coleman of Denison with 58. Klein Waltering has 55, as you're seeing bodies on the court out there.
And it was Klein Waltering who rebounded the shot by Garcia and the foul by Vogel in the backcourt.
There you take a look at some contact in that backcourt. That's where the action stopped. The other people with 55, Jeff Dillinger of Winterset, Wayne Steenhoek of Winterset, but of course they're all done after playing consolation and winning this afternoon.
Altena.
Would you believe
Derek
that's the winning coach?
Not until it's over.
Oh, it only hurts when you laugh.
Altena missing. He's missed his last two. Quickly down is Garcia. Camanche is going to die hard. Faber in the backcourt travels. So the press is having a little bit of an effect. It has thrown Hall Western Christian a little bit off their ball game. Still leading by 16 with 3:10 to go. 67 to 51.
67 is their season average. 67.3. They're on 67 right now.
Big 100 against Webster City. That's a lot of points in 32 minutes. Ty Dennis gives the ball off to Everhart. It rolls off. Klein Waltering. Scoring, rebounding, defending. He's done it all. Altena, big pass down to Faber. Travels. Nope. The follow-up Bohr. 18 for Bohr. That's his average. He had 24 in the opener against Webster City, but only 6 against Denison. Three-point attempt is not good. Faber on the rebound. He gives it to Altena. Altena up court quickly. Bounce passes it beautifully to Bohr. And the foul is going to be called. The basket should count. Bohr is down.
Bohr's
It's
hurt.
on Everhart. He has 5 according to our reckoning and should have fouled out.
Bohr went down pretty hard underneath that bucket. He's up right now. He's limping.
I think they'll give him the bucket, Mitch.
You okay?
Yeah, I think they'll give him the basket plus a shot.
So he has 20. Everhart has fouled out. And here's Briesmeister back in.
You take a look at this. This is Bohr getting the ball. He's going to go up, and while he's in the air, he gets undercut. And he went down. He lit on his back, or the small of his back.
He has a heavily padded right elbow, and apparently has injured that sometime in the...
Boy, he's had a fourth quarter, or last couple of minutes of the third and fourth, that have really been important. There's a broken-hearted kid. Not that one, the one before.
So he has the elbow, he has the knee all braced up.
Those bruises heal so much quicker when you win.
He's got 20. And he's going to get the free throw. Now apparently they're giving him 2?
Yep. On the undercut, that's a deliberate foul or
Is that
a
what they're
flagrant foul.
Okay. The spread is 20 for the second time, so he's getting the pair. And he gets 1 out of the 2. He has 21 points. And he's got to be pleased at the way he's come on, as he struggled earlier in the ball game, as I said. Before the shot, and it was a pushing on Randy Horseman, and that should be number 3 for him.
Playing it down to 2:24 to go in the season.
Puts Briesmeister on the line for 1. Under the 1-and-1.
We'll have an all-tournament team to announce down on the floor after this one.
21-point lead. Biggest lead of the night. Briesmeister will try again. He has 3 points.
You know, on the season, Hall Western Christian's margin of victory was only 9 points a ball game, and they've done better than that in the state tournament. Fouls on Faber.
Over the back on the rebound. Faber has personal foul number 4.
They have 3 people with 4 then.
Yeah, everybody nursing 4. Alton, Faber, and Haverkamp. But there's only 2:22 left. There's a good look at Garcia. He has played very hard.
Little sign of fatigue, though, when the ball hits the front of the iron.
And as we said, you get even more fatigued when you're trying to climb the ladder. It's hard work coming back. He misses them both. The rebound goes off to Bohr, to Altena. The long pass down court to Faber. Rejected
44.
and fouled. Chris Wayne, attempting the defensive play, picks up his 3rd. Now it's just a matter of what the final score is going to be.
Here's another look in there at Faber.
On the carry through, Mitch. He got the ball, but he went through and got him on the arm and shoulder. So Faber, who has only 5 points, he's averaging 10 on the season, gets his 6th. He has 4 out of 5 from the free throw line.
And for the second time, the state of Iowa will have a private school basketball champion. Unity Christian in 74. This team in 85.
Here come the Indians of Camanche. Ty Dennis with the bomb. The rebound to Clyde Waltering. He's got a ton of rebounds. The long pass up to Bohr. He's going to try it. give him 23 points now. 75-52. Biggest lead. The shot goes short by Vogel. The save is by Briesmeister. Goes to Altena. The long pass down court to Bohr. 25 for Bohr. 140 left.
Well, the outcome's merely academic now.
Three-point attempt by Garcia. The rebound by Faber. Down to Bohr. Not again. Nope, not again. The rebound taken off by Vogel. He brings it down quickly. Gives it to Ty Dennis.
51, you're moving inside.
They're going to call it on Larry Faber, and that is his 5th personal foul, which is of little consequence. We have a timeout on the floor. The score, Hull Western Christian 77, Camanche 52. Now this word from your local station. Center won 65-53. Winterset came on with a rush to eliminate Denison 75-60. Then Fort Dodge hit Burlington hard 81-57. And now in the 2A championship, Hull Western Christian just rolling to an easy win. They've had 3 very decisive ball games. Bohr checks out.
What an ovation that youngster gets as a senior.
25 points.
96 schools are designated 2A, and you're looking at the 2 best. The best, Hull Western Christian.
Ty Dennis.
And a lesson to everybody, they were not rated.
22 points. He has hit 4 3-pointers. Got some chain coming in.
You know, Mark, this
Steve
is
Haben, 6'3" senior.
Classic example of why sometimes we call it the second season when you start the tournament trail. Because here they won the second season. They were not rated.
Marv Gritters, 6'1" senior, is playing for Hull Western Christian now. With the left hand, Dennis. He has 23. And let's see, they're pulling Ty Dennis. He played hard and he played very well. In the lineup,
a number that we don't have, Mark. Number 14 has come in.
Just what I was checking.
I believe his name is Dave Garcia.
All right, let's go with that until we find out better.
But he's not listed on the roster.
Quickly into the front court. The shot attempt put up there by Marv Gritters.
Well, when you're hot, you're hot. Piece of cake.
79-53. They scored 100 in one game. They could go over 80 in this one. Traveling violation. The ball will go back to Hull Western Christian. Now let's see. Some other changes as we have Haben in the lineup for Hull Western Christian. Handling the ball is Van de Green. We have a foul call, traveling violation called. It is called on Scott Van Clay, number 35. Hull Western Christian starting the celebration. Starting 5 are standing out of bounds next to the bench, just enjoying this. That's Boyum bringing it up, lost, picked up, moving down quickly with it. And scoring with the basketball is Dave Tebben, the 6-foot junior, 81-53. So they scored 100 against Webster City, 66 against Denison, 81 so far here this evening. You see the clock counted down, coming down to 30 seconds. The long shot attempt draws nothing but steal by Jeff Kroger. They go down. Look at that fancy move. That was Brian Van de Green putting on a little show. French pastry. Van de Green picks up the personal foul. 83-53. Boy, I'll tell you, they look back on this tournament. Hull Western Christian can ponder that with 3 pretty easy ball games. It's not supposed to be that easy down here. Here's Dan Zutenhorst into the lineup, number 11, a 5'11" junior. We'll try to identify these people for you. Dave Dreesen, the 6'3" junior, has checked in for Hull Western Christian. Tom Hendrickson, the 6-foot junior, is in there for Camanche currently. So is Trevor Willis, a 6'4" senior. And on the line, getting the free throw and scoring it, number 40 for Camanche. The follow-up is good by Trevor Willis.
Basket count. Red, 3 on the shot.
And the foul will be registered against number 33. That's Dave Dreesen. So Willis has chance at a three-pointer. Losing hurts, as you can see. (83-57). Long pass intercepted by Willis. He's going to go down. He walked with it. It'll be taken out of bounds by Dave Dreesen for Hull Western Christian. The long pass down court. He led him a little bit too well. He comes back the other way. The shot attempt. This is Boyum. Doesn't go. The ball game is over. That's the end of the game. The 2A championship with the score. Hull Western Christian 83, Camanche 57. We'll be back after this word from your local station. And once again, we're going center court for the awards presentation. Here again is Mo Kelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now to honor the top two Class 2A teams in the state, 1985. And neither one of these two fine schools have ever participated in a state championship game before, but both of them have now. To present the team trophies and medals to all the participants, two members of the Board of Control of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. To my left is Larry Parr, current chairman of the board, principal at Ankeny High School. And assisting Larry is Roland Dyer, the athletic director at Atlantic High School. Introducing, first of all, Class 2A 1985, the runner-up, Coach John Harrison and the Camanche Indians. Championship team, Western Christians Indians, coached by Jim Ecklock. The Sportsmanship Award is sponsored by the Iowa Newspaper Association, the Iowa Broadcasters Association, and the Iowa Boys High School Athletic Association. We have two gentlemen here to present the Sportsmanship Award this evening. One is David Norris, the publisher of the Marshalltown Times-Republican, who is currently the president of the Iowa Newspaper Association. The other is Larry Edwards, general manager and vice president of WMT Radio in Cedar Rapids, current president of the Iowa Broadcasters Association. Mr. Norris.
Thank you, Mo. The Iowa Newspaper Association is happy to join with the Iowa Broadcasters Association and the Iowa Athletic High School Association in presenting the Sportsmanship Trophy. This is a very significant award because it measures the good sportsmanship of not only the players on the court, but also the fans, the cheerleaders, and the bench. So it's a very significant award in which the whole community can take pride. So it's our pleasure tonight to present the Sportsmanship Award to Western Christian Hull.
Ladies and gentlemen, the floor for us a little bit, please. We have some more awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, throughout the week, the media, the newspapers, the radio, the television that have been covering this 32-game tournament have been observing the boys in Class 2A. It's time to announce the voting for the 2A all-tournament team. And again, to honor these young men, I'd like to introduce a man that traveled a lot of miles to do so. He appeared today in Sioux City, Ames, and Cedar Rapids, back to pay honors to these young people, the Honorable Governor of Iowa, Terry Branstad. All Tournament 2A, Derek Aldena, Hull, Western Christian. All Tournament, from Denison, Iowa, Chris Coleman. On the all-tournament team, from Winterset, Wade Steenhoek. On the 2A, 1985 all-tournament team, Ed McMahon from Camanche. And designated as captain, meaning that he received more votes than any other player in 2A, Tim Kleinwoldering from Hull Western Christian.
There you have a look at that all-tournament team. The awards presentations will be back at Veterans Auditorium after this word from your local station. And we've got a very happy championship coach and team courtside with Frosty Mitchell.
The crowd behind me is yelling, he'll sing in the chapel. Coach Jim Ecoff, what's this sing in the chapel?
On the send-off, we made a deal that if we won state, I'd sing in chapel. I can't sing a lick, you know, and I don't know.
Well, you might not sing, but you can sure coach basketball, Jim. How do you feel?
It's just great. This is just such a great week for our kids, and I'm so proud of them, and we just thank God for this great opportunity that he's given us.
Well, the most mispronounced name in Iowa basketball, how do you pronounce it?
Klein Waltrink.
Tim, that's what we call him, and of course he was all tournament. He had himself just a great tournament out here. That one was easier than you thought it would be?
Well, we knew we had to work hard, and we came out prepared and ready to play, and we just did our best, and thank goodness it was enough.
And another all-tournament ball player over here, about to break into tears. Let's see when we read the certificate. Did you get the right one?
Oh, yeah. Derek Alton.
Derek, how do you pronounce it?
Altona.
You betcha. We want everybody to get one real right pronunciation from the people up home. Derek, you're just a real blue-collar worker out there. You just want to do whatever it takes, don't you?
My job is to get it to the guys inside and let them score. That's why he's called an all-tournament team.
Well, did you really think when you came to Des Moines you could win it all?
Well, we thought we could. We don't get no respect in Northwest Iowa, and this gives a lot of respect now.
Hey, it's not respect. You guys just keep a secret. That's all up there. Coach, you took more than 2 guys. Who else do we salute?
The entire team. We had 9 guys that really contributed for us. Larry Faber just did, and Brent Haverkamp inside did a super job. Steve Haven spelled Tim did a super job. Dave DeRuyter defensively is one of the best players we have. Randy Horseman, the long-range bomber for us, and who am I forgetting? I think I got him.
Hey, Derek, did you really think he'll sing in the chapel?
Oh, yeah, he will. We'll make him.
How about that, Tim? You think he'll sing?
Yeah, it'll probably be the Iowa fight song.
All right, the Iowa fight song, so they say. Well, that's happiness. They're about to take a victory lap here in Des Moines. I know they want to get to the locker room with their teammates. So congratulations to number 1 in 2A, Coach Jim Ecoff and the whole Western Christian.
Thanks a lot, Frosty.
Let's go back to Mark Zellett.
And we'll be back in a moment after this pause for station identification.